Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. So here we are back in Mist of Ravenloft expansion, doing some more of the quest here. So the next quest that we have is for the old bone grinder. So we just talk to the guide. They can teleport us right out there. And once it finishes loading here, we're right next to our quest. So this one here, there's a couple of missing people and we're tasked on finding them. And there's the windmill and a whole bunch of pie makers.
Voices, ragged and carpet, come from
All
the
right.
other side of the
So
window.
this quest is fairly simple, fairly straightforward. So once
Peasants
you get
with
in here,
joyless
you can actually
faces and
talk to
blinking
the
eyes
first
wait
3
in line.
people here.
An indistinct murmur passes among
Each
them,
one having a
something of
different
outsider.
of the speech skills. We got diplomacy, intimidation, and then
The
bluff.
rest of these
If you're
peasants
able
are
to
not
do that to
entertained.
all of 3 of
They
them,
stare
3
sullenly,
of them will leave,
spitefully.
and you get a little extra experience. Uh, I like doing it because later on we do have to fight these guys. So now we only have to fight 6 opposed to 9. Makes it a little bit quicker. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is actually go up to our windmill door
An old woman's voice comes from the other side.
and
The old woman's voice grows
talk
louder.
to the door. So you're gonna, basically we're talking to the person on the other side, obviously.
I told them to go home, but did they listen? No. Off they trotted into the forest.
So from here we want to head to the forest. Now this is where it gets to be a little bit rough. It's gonna spawn a whole bunch of waves of wolves and
The wolf howls in the distance. His
some
cry firsthand.
will-o-wisps. So just be ready here.
Treacherously along the upper bough.
I tend to, and most groups tend to actually fight them right here. Just deal with them all at once. Let's toss one of these. So it's kind of a nice little beat down. Plus it gives you optionals here. Now, once you complete the main optional for killing enough of the wolves, that's usually when a lot of people leave. Though we do still have the leader of the pack for one last group coming in. Alright. So they kind of like to wander around. But now that we've cleared a decent amount of them, I am going to get started. So from this location, up the hill right here, we will have a crude altar and an urn. Now we do need to go and interact with the urn, as it is one of the signs that we are looking for. Now the other two signs, here's the leader. There we go. So the other two signs that we are looking for are random spawning. So I didn't see one earlier when I was hunting down the enemies. And if you guys were watching, you might have seen the little bit of red text there through the small little forest here. So that was just south down that way. So there's the mangled corpse, which is that red text that we were seeing. So that's another piece. And then the final piece is actually just a person who is walking back and forth. So she will be somewhere out here.
This corpse is
There's
really
one.
beyond recognition. So savagely has it been mangled by wolves.
And then somewhere she's going to be walking around. So typically speaking, she starts like over in this section, making her way down towards where the bridge was. So just keep an eye. An easy way to spot her, well, one is have your text color change. Like I have red, it stands out real nice and easy out here. The other way is just to run around using Q. And there we go. So once you find all three, just talk to her. It'll take a moment, then it'll actually give you count. So while we're waiting for that, just gonna kill a few more wolves here. So as you can see, a whole lot of wolves out here. Enough, like, you know, we're at 56 kills. So, there's a lot. Now, once you've gotten all three parts, we need to head back to the windmill. But be aware, just to the right side of the bridge, once you recross it, there'll be another small group of wolves. I just like to point them out because a lot of people forget they're there, or just don't see them, and can get then flanked when they run up to the peasants over here. So as we approach, she's going to start talking to them. The easy way here, what I like to do is to back up at this point because I am a ranged character. So Old Morgantha is up top. She is a caster. She will cast spells. If you're far enough away, obviously you won't be able to be targeted by her and the majority of her spells. If you do happen to kill her, she spawns in 2 more people after, so it's easier to just focus on the peasants. Staying far enough away that her spells are rendered useless. Once you kill them all, she does head back into the windmill after a moment. And that is our next location to head to. Alright. So I would like to point out, when you get in there, there will be fighting. And you will be in close quarters. Now, you're also going to have 3 humanoids along with all the other things. Now, you want to fight everybody but Old Morgantha first. And there is a reason for that. So it doesn't really, for this section, doesn't matter what option you pick. Either way you kick your way in. Once inside, bunch of dretches. Again, I try to kill them without too much movement because there are a lot more just higher up. There, we got another couple here.
That cackling comes from upstairs as a dredge climbs.
So there's one of our humanoids. So once you basically take them down, they're gonna change from the humanoid, where's the other one, to a hag. And then you'll have to do it again. Again, you want to make sure you don't do this with old Morgantha just yet, and rather the other two. Essentially, the two here are Morgantha's daughters. Now, in killing them first, she gets a unique dialogue. Basically, it's like, oh my god, you killed my daughters. You monster. There she is. And there she goes.
Her daughter is cut down before her. The hag
Like-
Morgantha flees the windmill.
So she's like, hey, like, you killed my daughters, I'm out of here. Alright, from here, there is a shrine at the very top, so if you do need to go ahead and use that, go ahead. And then we also have a chest down here as well. Once you've looted, go ahead and talk to the ghost here.
All of this
And then you'll be able to interact with the bottom boiling oil,
spreads
which will
across
set
the
the
floor and then
lighthouse on
catches
fire.
filling the windmill
Then you just
up
leave.
on the hill ahead.
Once you do that, it doesn't actually let you back in, so just make sure you grab your loot first. So what I do want to point out is if you kill Morgantha before you kill her daughters, you'll be able to kill them all right here, effectively ending the quest inside the windmill. The difference is if you do that, you don't actually get the chest that's up here on the hill, which is the one that's going to contain your named items. So, as before where the urn was, this is where Morgantha will be, as well as her patron, which is a satyr named Ado.
From the hilltop, there's chance.
And, you know, if you're far enough away like this, you can actually drag them to you. Morgantha coming along as well. I want to point out all these earth elementals, they are also orange names and have a what seems to be a higher than average chance at dropping remnants. So I found that this place is a fairly good place to farm them. As well, you also have Morgantha here, so you can obviously choose to fight her right away. I like to try and kill as many of these earth elementals as possible, working towards that conquest. Then of course if I don't yet have conquest, then I just kill her, but don't worry about it too much. It is still a decent amount of XP. So, as it turns out, doesn't look like there's anybody else here, so... I guess it's time to kill the boss. And there we go. So, not a large amount of XP, but it's a fairly quick quest, or can be done fairly quick. Usually can be done within about 5 minutes or so. Here it took us 13 going through the explanations. Only got one rem chest too, which kind of sucks, but hey. And then at the top here we have our loot chest, which can contain some named items, such as the orb here, which I'm going to go ahead and pick up. And that has been Old Bone Grinder. So really simple, really straightforward, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one all.